I've lived 83 years. And in all that time, there are truths that didn't hit me until it was almost too late. Truths that, if I had known sooner, could have changed the course of my life. But the hardest part of all is realizing, too late, that I can't turn back time. You see, you can't rewind the clock. You can't go back and do things differently. But you can learn from those mistakes. You can help others avoid the same regrets. That's what I want to do with you today. Share these lessons, so you don't have to make the same mistakes I did. If you're younger, you still have time to change your path. If you're older, it's not too late to adjust course. But here's the truth I've learned. The most important changes are the ones you make now, while you still have time. Before I dive into these life-changing lessons, if you're finding this helpful so far, don't forget to subscribe. That way, you won't miss out on more valuable insights, stories, and lessons that could change your life, just as they've changed mine. Now let's get into it. Truth 1. Time is your most precious resource. As I look back over my life, I realize something. I wasted so much time. Not just in the sense of passing hours or days, but in the way I spent my energy, my focus, my thoughts. I spent so much of my life worrying about things that didn't matter, things like appearances, approval, and status. I spent too much time on the treadmill of busyness, trying to keep up with everyone else, trying to meet expectations that weren't even mine. I wasted time trying to please people who didn't care. I wasted time on things that didn't bring me joy or fulfillment. If I could go back and do it over, I would have spent more time with the people I loved. I would have spent more time nurturing my passions, the things that truly matter to me. I would have spent more time living in the moment, rather than worrying about what was coming next or what I should be doing. I spent too much of my life thinking I had all the time in the world. I thought I could always catch up. But time is a one-way street. Once it's gone, it's gone. I realized that the hard way. And that's the lesson I want to share with you. Don't waste time. Time is your most precious resource. Use it wisely. Don't let it slip away in the pursuit of things that don't matter. Don't waste your time waiting for the perfect moment to start living. Start living now. Make the changes today, so that when you're my age, you don't have the same regrets I do. If there's one thing I've learned at 83, it's this. People are not forever. I don't mean that in some vague, distant way. I mean it in the most personal, gut-wrenching way. There are people in your life right now, friends, family, loved ones, that you think will always be there. You think you have all the time in the world to say what you need to say, to tell them you love them, to forgive them. But one day, you'll wake up and they'll be gone. And when that day comes, you'll wish you had said more. You'll wish you had done more. You'll wish you had appreciated them while they were still here. Don't make the same mistake I did. Cherish the people who matter, before you wake up and find they're no longer around. Truth 2. People are not forever. I used to think I had forever to be with the people I loved. I thought I could wait to call them, wait to visit, wait to have those important conversations. I thought there would always be time to make amends, to forgive, to share how much I cared. But then I lost people. And it hit me harder than I ever imagined. I lost people I never thought I would. Family members who seemed strong, who seemed healthy, who seemed to have forever in front of them. One day they were there, and the next, they were gone. No warning. No second chances. It wasn't just death that took them away. Sometimes it was distance. Sometimes it was pride. Sometimes it was just the simple act of being too busy to connect. We get so wrapped up in our lives, our work, our worries, our day-to-day stress, that we forget to make the time for the ones who matter most. I waited too long to tell people I loved them. I waited too long to apologize. I waited too long to visit. Now, I sit with those regrets every day. I remember the voices that will never call me again. I remember the laughter that will never fill the room. And I remember the missed opportunities to show them how much they meant to me. People are not forever. They are here and then they are gone. You never know when it will be the last time you see someone. It could be today. It could be tomorrow. But one day, you'll wish you had made more time for them. One day, you'll wish you had said, "I love you" more. You don't get a second chance to make things right. So, make the effort now. Visit the people you love. Pick up the phone. Send the text. Don't wait. Because time doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care that you're busy. It doesn't care that you're afraid to say what's on your heart. One day it will be too late. And you'll regret all the words you didn't speak. The hugs you didn't give. The love you didn't show. Don't wait for that day. Start today. Tell the people in your life how much they mean to you. Show them. Before it's too late. I've lived 83 years and I've learned this the hard way. Your health is everything. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter how many possessions you've collected. It doesn't matter how successful you are. If you don't have your health, you don't have anything. I didn't understand this when I was younger. I thought I was invincible. I thought I could eat what I wanted, skip exercise, and ignore the small aches and pains. But now, sitting here at 83, I can tell you with all certainty, your health is not something you can take for granted. It's not something you can put off until tomorrow. Tomorrow may not come, and by then, it could be too late. Listen to me, before it's too late for you. Truth 3. Health is everything. When we're young, we think we're invincible. We push our bodies to the limit. We work long hours. We skip meals. We don't rest when we need to. We ignore the warning signs, because we believe we have all the time in the world to fix it later. But let me tell you, later may never come. I didn't take care of my body the way I should have when I was younger. I ate whatever I wanted. I didn't exercise like I should have. I pushed through exhaustion and ignored the signs that my body was giving me. I thought I was strong enough to handle it. Now, at 83, my body is telling me otherwise. I struggle to move in the mornings. I feel pains I never imagined would come. I look back and I realize, I should have listened. I should have cared for my body before it started to break down. Now, I'm left with the consequences of years of neglect. I can't go back and change it. But you can. You still have time to take care of yourself. You still have time to eat better, to move more, to rest when your body tells you it needs rest. I see so many people in my age group who are suffering because they didn't listen to their bodies when they were younger. They can't walk as far as they want to. They're on medication for things that could have been prevented. They're living with pain that could have been avoided. And it breaks my heart, because I know they could have done something about it. You don't have to wait until it's too late. Take care of your health now. Don't wait for the aches and pains to set in before you start making changes. You have the power to make a difference in your health today. It's not too late, but it will be too late if you don't start now. So, what can you do today? Start by listening to your body. Eat foods that fuel you, not just those that fill you up. Drink enough water. Move every day, even if it's just a short walk. Take breaks when you're tired. Rest when your body needs it. And never, ever take your health for granted. If you don't have your health, you don't have the ability to enjoy life to the fullest. You won't be able to chase the dreams you have. You won't be able to make the memories you want. And one day, when you're sitting where I am, you'll wish you'd taken better care of yourself. But by then it may be too late. At 83, I've learned something painful but essential. You can't live someone else's life. For years, I tried to fit into a mold that wasn't mine. I chased dreams that didn't belong to me. I tried to meet other people's expectations, to live up to what I thought I was supposed to do. But in the end, it didn't make me happy. In fact, it took me far away from who I really was. The truth is, you have to live your own life. Don't live for others, don't try to please everyone, and don't try to measure your worth by someone else's standards. At the end of the day, you're the one who has to live with your choices. And believe me, when you're my age, you'll wish you had spent more time being true to yourself. Truth 4. Live your own life. I spent much of my life trying to live up to other people's expectations. I thought I had to do things a certain way to be successful. I thought I had to meet society's standards of success, of happiness, of achievement. And for a long time, I did just that. I followed the path that was laid out for me by others, my parents, my friends, my colleagues, and I ignored the little voice inside of me that said, "This isn't what I really want." I ignored it because I thought I had to prove something to others. I thought I had to live up to their idea of what a successful life looked like. But the truth is, that's not your life to live. It's theirs. And by living someone else's life, you're missing out on the life you were meant to live. I'm 83 now, and I can tell you that none of it mattered, none of the achievements, none of the praise, none of the accolades, when I realized I was living a life that wasn't truly mine. I should have taken more risks, followed my passions, and listened to my heart. But I was too focused on doing what I thought I should do, instead of what I really wanted. You don't have that kind of time to waste. You don't have the luxury of ignoring your inner voice and following someone else's path. Life is too short for that. So here's my advice to you: live for yourself. Pursue the dreams that are yours, not the ones that others have handed to you. Follow the passions that set your soul on fire, not the ones that society says will make you successful. Don't live your life through the expectations of others. Don't waste time trying to fit into someone else's mold. You'll regret it just like I do. And when you're sitting here at 83, you'll wish you had been true to yourself. I spent too much time doing things I didn't want to do. I spent too much time trying to meet other people's standards. I spent too much time ignoring what my heart truly wanted. Don't make the same mistake. Live your life your way, not someone else's. So, what can you do today? Start by asking yourself, what do I really want? Not what your parents want. Not what your friends think is best. Not what society tells you is the right path. What do you want? And then, take the first step in that direction. It's never too late to start living your own life. You may have been living for others up until now, but today is a new day. Make the decision to live for you. And trust me, when you're sitting here at 83, you'll be grateful you did. This last truth is one that still echoes in my heart every single day. And if there's one lesson I want you to learn from my mistakes, it's this: you're never too old to start over. I spent so many years thinking that I had missed my chance, that the best years of my life were behind me, that I had no time left to change, to grow, or to do something new. But that was the biggest lie I ever told myself. You see, no matter how old you are, it's never too late to start over. No matter what you've been through, no matter how many mistakes you've made, no matter how much time you think you've wasted, you can always choose a new path. I wish I had known this sooner. It took me far too long to realize that the clock doesn't stop ticking. And it doesn't matter if you're 20, 40, 60, or 80, there is always time for a new beginning. So don't waste another minute thinking you're too old to change. Because the truth is, you're not. Truth 5. You're never too old to start over. At 83, I've seen a lot of things. I've lived through decades of change. I've made mistakes, I've had regrets, and I've experienced the ups and downs that come with age. But one of the hardest lessons I've had to learn is that it's never too late to start over. When I was younger, I thought that once you reached a certain age, your life was set in stone. That you had to stick with the choices you made. That you couldn't change course. But I've learned that's not true. It took me many years to realize this, but now I can say with certainty, you're never too old to begin again. I've reinvented myself more times than I can count. I've started new careers. I've taken up new hobbies. I've moved to new places. I've made new friends. I've never stopped growing, never stopped changing, and never stopped chasing new dreams. In fact, some of the most rewarding chapters of my life have come after I thought I was too old to do anything new. I could have let age and circumstance define me, but instead, I chose to redefine myself. It wasn't easy. Starting over rarely is. It takes courage, it takes determination, and it takes a willingness to face the unknown. But when you finally take that first step, when you let go of the fear that holds you back, you realize that life is full of second chances. There's always time to pursue a new passion, to rebuild relationships, to find new meaning and purpose. You're not defined by the years behind you, you're defined by the choices you make in the here and now. So, If there's something you've always wanted to do, something that scares you, something that feels impossible, do it now. If you've made mistakes in the past, forgive yourself and move forward. If you're stuck in a job or a life that doesn't fulfill you, it's never too late to change paths. The world is full of possibilities, and you're never too old to start discovering them. I wish I had realized this truth earlier in life. I wish I had stopped waiting for the right time to make changes. I wish I had taken more chances, embraced new opportunities, and not been afraid of failure. But now that I know better, I want to share this with you. No matter how old you are, you still have time. It's never too late to start over. So, here's the bottom line. You're not defined by your past, and you're not limited by your age. The mistakes I made don't have to be yours. The regrets I carry don't have to weigh you down. Take these truths to heart, and use them to live a life that's true to yourself. Because in the end, it's not about how long you've lived, it's about how you choose to live now. And if you're ready to embrace your second chance, your new beginning, or even just to reflect on your own journey, I'm here for you. Don't wait any longer. Start today. And if you found value in these truths and want to continue learning from the wisdom I've gathered, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Join me in embracing life's lessons, no matter your age, and let's live the life we were always meant to. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to sharing more insights with you soon. Until then, take care, and remember, you're never too old to start over.